How you doing today? Why do we do things that God tells us not to do? I was reading in 1 Samuel chapter 8, and the people, they got a little bit disgruntled with having judges, and even Samuel was a judge for a while. And they kind of just said, you know what, why can't we be like the other nations? Why can't we have a king? And Samuel says, look, if you have a king, here's what's going to happen. They're going to take your best ground. They're going to make your sons fight in battles and die. They're going to take your daughters, and they're going to make your daughters perfume things, and they're going to degrade you. You don't want a king. And the people said, yes, we do. Give us a king. And so God said, Samuel, we're going to give him a king. But isn't that just like us? God says, look, don't do this. And we say, no, we want to do it. And then God gives us warnings, and we say, I don't care, I want to do it anyway. Why do we do this? I think number one, we do this because we believe in forgiveness. We say, oh, but God will just forgive me. It'll be okay. And that's true. God does forgive you. But if you get drunk and you begin to drive and you get a DUI, there's going to be consequences. Even though God forgives you, there's going to be some legal consequences. If you hit a tree and you have a head injury, you'll have the head injury for as long as you have it, maybe the rest of your life, even though there's forgiveness there. The second thing that reason why I think that we do what God tells us not to do is that we have a hard time imagining the consequences. Now, it's easy to imagine the pleasures of sin. That's all we're thinking about is how pleasurable this sin's going to be, and this is going to be great. I mean, it's going to be worth it. But we don't imagine the consequences of our sin. We just pass right by that. Even though Samuel told them what this was going to be like, I'm not sure they really believed him. In fact, I think that's the third reason why we do the things that God tells us not to do, is we don't really believe the consequences are there. Today, ask yourself this question. What is it that you're tempted to do that God has clearly said, don't do? Why don't you take a few minutes today and imagine, what are the consequences if I do this? What has God said the consequences are if I do this? Believe in those consequences and believe that God desires and wants the best for you. And then have a short time of prayer and just say, God, I'm going to follow you today. I'm going to believe your word. I'm going to take you at your word. And I'm going to do what you've called me to do. God bless you. Have a great day.